What's going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today I have a highway racing video. In this video we're going to be doing some 50 roll racing in some different V10 cars. This was kind of a V10 shootout, and I know we didn't cover all of V10 cars in the game, but I plan to do a part 2 of this, so definitely watch out for that. Now, the R8 GT got the jump on me in this first race here. I'm obviously in the Gallardo LP570 Performante. And I mean, the R8 GT definitely did get a big jump. I don't know if he was down in second gear or something, but he just literally got this huge jump on me, and I had no idea why, because all these cars are stock. That was the thing that we were going to do with this, is because the reason why we were doing this is because we wanted to see which one of these cars was the fastest stock, because we'd never actually raced these three against each other stock. So I mean, wow, that R8 GT sounds amazing, but still, as far as sound goes, I would definitely have the Gallardo, because I think the Gallardo probably has the best sounding V10 in the world, next to the Lexus LFA. You can't really beat the LFA when it comes to V10 sound. It's kind of impossible. It's kind of impossible. I mean, the Gallardo sounds amazing, yes, but the LFA, which is the only car we didn't cover in this video, we're saving that for part 2, is definitely the best sounding V10 in the world. Now, when we went this time, we pretty much went at the exact same time, and the racing stays pretty close. It's almost door-to-door racing this time around, so you can see how evenly matched these two are. I mean, they're not built on the same chassis, but they share a lot of parts. They share the same V10, well, relatively the same V10 engine. I mean, it's a little bit different in the Audi, but nonetheless, that Audi still has, for all intents and purposes, a Lamborghini V10. But yeah, the Lamborghini did win just by a little bit, and I think out of the two, my favorite is definitely the Lambo. Now, in this one, we're going to be racing my Gallardo Performante again, but against a Viper GTS, a 2013 Viper GTS. Now, the Viper has more power and substantially more torque than the Lambo. The Lambo only has, about 380-something foot-pounds of torque. It has 570 horsepower, but only like under 400 pounds-feet of torque. Now, you can see, though, that yeah, he's lagging into the ground a little bit, but you can see, though, that weight plays a major role, because even though we have less horsepower than he does, we were still able to pull away. However, once we got up, like, to the top end, you know, the high-speed section where we were hitting about 188, close to 190, the Viper started to pull a little bit, and that's the thing that I notice a lot about the Viper, is that it really pulls a lot on the high end. When it really gets up into its top range, pretty much, that's when, like, it's almost like this extra wave of torque comes in and launches you forward. It's really, really interesting, actually, when you drive it. And if you guys haven't just taken out a stock Viper GTS, I recommend you give it a try, because it's a pretty fun car to drive stock. I mean, all of these cars are fun to drive stock, and that's the thing. That's something that I think a lot of people miss out on in Forza Horizon, is how fun the cars are to drive in their stock form. You know, people just, a lot of the times, they'll buy the car and then automatically go for upgrades without driving the car first. And a lot of the cars have a really good feel to them stock, and I think you should experience the car stock before you throw a lot of upgrades on it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for upgrading. I do builds all the time. I have a ton of maxed out cars, but in my opinion, I think you should definitely experience what a car is. You know, especially a supercar, you should experience how it drives stock before you just automatically go and throw a bunch of upgrades on it. Now, the Viper got a tiny bit of a jump here, but you can see the gap is kind of evening out just a little bit, or it was at least, until the top range torque kicked in with the Viper. and he just kind of stays out in front for the rest of this little run, and he pretty much wins it. As far as the Viper versus Lambo battle, in speed, the Viper wins. The Viper wins against the Gallardo LP570. But I don't know. I mean, in terms of sound, I think the Gallardo wins. Now, obviously, since I couldn't film from my friend's perspective, I had to go out and get another stock Viper to race against the R8 GT. And this is my Viper, and I personally I chose it in yellow without stripes because I think the Viper looks best without stripes. It has a really clean body shape, and when you just have one solid color on there, it looks really, really, really good. Now, the Viper pretty much annihilated the R8 GT. It just, when that race started and the torque of the Viper kicked in, it literally just left the R8 GT behind. There was no contest between the Viper and the R8 GT. Now, granted, on the way back, the R8 GT was a little closer because the Viper got a little bit of a jump on the first run, but still, the Viper definitely had quite a bit more, quite a bit more speed and quite a bit more pull than the R8 GT did. I mean, the R8 GT is kind of an all-round kind of circuit racing car. Well, not circuit racing, but it's meant to be an all-rounder. It's meant to be a track day car. It's meant to handle well, and the Viper is just brute force. There's no just nothing else about the Viper pretty much. It's just all brute force. Now, I even let the R8 GT get the jump on me this time just to see if I could pull out in front of it, and I'll just let you guys wait and see what happens. And as you can see, getting closer, getting closer, getting closer, and passing him just as we get into the 180 range, 180 mile per hour range, with the Viper winning that run. So if you guys enjoyed that video, don't forget to hit like. Tell me in the comment section below what you thought of it. If you would like to see, if you have suggestions for cars you want us to race, then don't forget to let me know, and subscribe if you're new.